I think the Key Collector app has officially mailed it in. Welcome back to another video. This really popped when I saw it. That to me is a monster increase. Again, this book got hot. This book is ready to go higher. So let's jump right into it. We are back today with another statue review from Diamond Select Toys. Without further ado, let's get into the review. And we are back. What is going on, YouTube? This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and we are here for your favorite video of the week, the Hot 10 Comics of the Week breakdown. Now, if you don't know what that is, I take the 10 hottest comics according to the Key Collector app, and I break them down for you guys, letting you know which books I'm buying or if I'm staying away. But before we get started in the video, like always, I ask you guys to do me a favor, hit that sub button, you will not regret it, and do me a solid, smash the like button for me. We're trying to get this channel to 10,000 subs by the end of the year. With that said, let's get into this week's breakdown. Starting off the list at number 10 this week is a copy of TMNT, The Last Ronin #1, and the first appearance of Hiroko Hiroto, the grandson of the Shredder, and Casey Marie Jones, the daughter of Casey and April. And we just had a CGC 9.9 yet again sell for $620, up 32% over the average. I'm going to say this again one more time. I love the storyline and I love the books. However, I'm not paying $600 and change for a CGC 9.9. It is just not worth it. Buy the books because you love the story, not for the grade. Coming in at the 9th spot is a book we haven't seen on this list in quite a while. It is a copy of Incredible Hulk number 182 and the second cameo appearance of Wolverine. And we just had a CGC 9.2 sell for $440, up 16% over the average. Then we had a CGC 8.0 sale of $250, up 11% over the average. Some people are going to probably kill me for this one, but I gotta say, I'm never a huge fan of buying second and third appearance books. I usually think they're just too expensive unless you can get them for a deal, and I think $400 and change for this one is just way too much money. I'd rather take that money and buy a 180 or even better, a 181. I'm staying away. Back on the list at number 8 this week is a copy of Spider-Man Noir #1 and the first appearance of Spider-Man Noir, an alternate reality Spider-Man who operated during the Great Depression. And we just had a CGC 9.8 sell for $628, up a crazy 43% over the average. We all know why this book is on this list. There's spec out there right now that Nicolas Cage is going to be in a live-action Spider-Man Noir movie. I have no idea, but either way, I think $600 is a bit too much for this book and a 9.8. And what about all the 9.9s that are going to be flooding the market any day now? With that said, if you can find a cheap copy, ungraded raw, I'd be definitely buying this book if I can get it for a deal. Oh yeah, at number 7 this week is a copy of Iron Fist 14 and the first appearance of Sabretooth, a mutant who becomes the primary nemesis of Wolverine. And we just had a CGC 9.2 sell for $800, up 19% over the average. Then we had a CGC 9.0 sale of only $585, up another 9% over the average. I have to ask you guys this. Would you rather spend $800 on a 9.2 or hell, $500 and change for a 9.0? I'm going with the 9.0 all day long. Is just a better buy. I love this book. I still think it's undervalued in some grades. I'm a buyer, but only at certain grades. Coming in at number 6 on this list is a copy of X-Men number 12 and the first appearance of the Juggernaut. And we just had a CGC 5.5 sell for $750, up 7% over the average. Then we had a CGC 4.5 sell for $558, up only 2% over the average. This is one of these Silver Age keys where I think is still undervalued. If I can get a 4.0 anywhere to a 5.0 for a good deal, I'd be all over this book. I like Silver Age first appearances. I do think some of them are undervalued still. How about some Copper Age goodness? At the 5 spot this week is a copy of Thundercats #1 and the first team appearance of the Thundercats. Thundercats!
Oh!
And we just had a CGC 9.6 sold for $218, up 20% over the average. Now, I put this book in the category of nostalgia books. Anything from the 80s that was redone for the comics got way out of control during the spike. With that said, if you could find this book in decent grade for under $150 and you just want to own the book, I'd be all for it. Other than that, I'm definitely staying away. I don't see monetary value in this book. Just a great book to own if you're a fan of the Thundercats. So let me ask you guys this. Would you rather spend over $200 or even more on a 9.8 or a 9.9 or buy one of these sealed mint on card action figures from the 1980s? I picked up both of these for $500 each. To me, these are the better buy. Coming in at the 4th spot this week is a copy of New Mutants 87 and the first full appearance of Cable, also the first team appearance of the Mutant Liberation. And we just had a CGC 9.8 sell for $504, up 8% over the average. Now, I've been saying right along that I think this book is undervalued in super high grade, but with that said, with all the 9.9s that are going to be coming to the market, with all the Cop Rage books that are out there right now still, plus if we get Cable and Deadpool 3, you're going to see this book spike up a little bit and then go right back down. There's a better time to buy this book, and it's not right now. Coming in at number 3 this week is What Else? More Deadpool goodness. It is a copy of New Mutants 98 and the first appearance of Deadpool. And we just had a CGC 9.8 sold for $1,400, up 1% over the average. So the past couple of weeks we had two $1,600 sales, now back down to $1,400. I've been saying all along, once this movie comes out, this is going to be around $1,000 book or possibly even less. Wait if you want to own this book. Now is not the time, but eventually it'll get to a point where I definitely want to buy it. How could we have a Hot 10 breakdown of the week without the book at number 2? It is a copy of Wolverine number 1 and this classic cover by the great Frank Miller. If you guys do not know, there's going to be a Frank Miller documentary. The trailer is out right now. Go check it out on YouTube. It looks awesome, from one of my favorite artists that I had growing up as a kid. With that said, we had a CGC 9.8 sold for $755, up 14% over the average. Then we had a CGC 9.2 sale of $165, up 3% over the average. I tell you guys this every week, $150, I'm all over this book just to have it in the collection. There's no reason to spend high dollar amounts or on a 9.8 or hell, even a 9.9, because you know they're coming. And finally, at the top spot, what could it be? Another book that has been on the list for the better part of 2 years. It is a copy of Uncanny X-Men number 130 and the first appearance of Dazzler. This is also the second appearance of Emma Frost and Kitty Pryde. And we just had a CGC 9.8 sell for an insane $1,700, up 8% over the average. Then we had a CGC 8.0 sale of $240, up another crazy 36% over the average. Who the hell is spending this type of money on this book? I could take $1,700 and get a massive, huge key at lower grade. That to me is the better buy. Now with that said, if you're a giant X-Men fan and you want to own this book, I'm all for it. Just buy it in a lower grade, get yourself a raw copy. You cannot go wrong. To spend this kind of money on this book, you're freaking nuts. Hope you guys enjoyed the video this week. This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics Collectibles. Say, whoops, we forgot the best buy of the week, and I'm picking a copy of Iron Fist number 14 and the first appearance of Sabretooth. To me, it was this or X-Men number 12. Usually, I go with Silver Age over Bronze Age, but to get a 9.0 of Iron Fist number 14 for only $500 and change, and I bet you can get a better deal once Deadpool 3 comes out, you got to be all over that type of deal. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics Collectibles saying thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon.